Jeremy knows, I'm currently leading overall scoring in my fantasy football league, just so everybody knows. Right, Jeremy?
Haven't you ever heard the rule that people listening to radio do not care about your own personal fantasy football team, Lou?
Yeah, I've heard that. I've
Yeah.
heard that.
I've been telling you that
I'm
for
just
5 years,
sharing
Lou.
it.
Thank
Yeah, I
you,
know.
Jeremy,
I'm
for
just
saying
I'm
that.
just sharing it.
I only say that because I don't
So,
want to talk about Lou's team because we're playing this weekend.
yeah, we're playing each other this weekend, which should be interesting. All right, so let's talk some games. The Baltimore Ravens play the Cleveland Browns, and it's a clash of two quarterbacks taken in the same time. Lamar Jackson was supposed to be the athletic quarterback that couldn't throw, and Baker Mayfield was the darling of everybody in the offseason who was going to be the MVP of the league, along with Patrick Mahomes. And guess what? Cleveland sucks. Baltimore is really good, and Lamar Jackson is putting up a lot of big fantasy points, and you love this guy, right, Jeremy?
Yeah, he's fun to watch. I mean, especially now that he's gotten better at throwing the ball. You know, he puts a nice spiral on it. He can push it down the field, and if you take away his receivers, the guy's going to take off. I'm sure he's going to have 1,000 yards rushing as a quarterback this season. He's just that fun to watch.
Yes, he is. And that game line opened Baltimore -5 against Cleveland. Frankly, I would like this at like -10. I think Baltimore is going to crush Cleveland. Cleveland is a hot mess. Their first-year coach, who's never been a head coach, is showing it. He's going up against one of the most underrated coaches in John Harbaugh in the NFL. I love him. I know you love Lamar Jackson. It was -5 when it opened. It's now -7. I think Baltimore is at least 10 points better than Cleveland. We love Baltimore against Cleveland this week, and there's one of your steer the line picks. A team Jeremy and I have been talking about all season that we really like, sneaky good, the Buffalo Bills. Why are they so good, Jeremy?
That defense is completely legit. It is destructive. They cause turnovers. They hit hard. They get to the quarterback. Everything you want in a defense, they are doing it right.
So they play the vaunted New England Patriots, who, weird stat of the week, the New England Patriots have done something no other team has ever done. They have scored more points in the first 3 weeks with their defense than other teams have scored against them. Let that sink in for a second. The New England Patriots defense has scored more points than other teams' offenses have scored against them in the first 3 weeks. Never been done before. However, it ends this week. Jeremy and I both love Buffalo to upset the vaunted New England Patriots in Buffalo this weekend. Running quarterbacks give the fits to the Patriots defense and their coach Bill Belichick. New England has feasted on terrible teams. The Steelers on opening night in Massachusetts, of course, they got blown out. The Dolphins are terrible. They crushed them. And the Jets are awful and don't have their starting quarterback, and they crushed them. They play a real team this week, Buffalo, with a real defense. How much confidence do you have in a Buffalo win, Jeremy?
Well, I'm sorry. What was that, Lou?
How much confidence do you have in a Buffalo outright win?
Oh, and a Buffalo win. Okay. Yeah, actually, I like their chances to beat New England and upset them. New England's defense is also really good. So let's remember that. It's going to be a low-scoring game. These are two division rivals, both looking to stay undefeated. I don't know. I just feel like Buffalo's got a little of that magic. And
this is one of those weeks. One of those weeks where I think weird things are going to happen.
I'm feeling about 4 or 5 upsets this week, and this is one of them.
Yeah. Buffalo is getting now 7 points from Vegas. A full touchdown. Buffalo at home against the New England Patriots. Take the points. Los Angeles Chargers, who I never have any faith in, go in and play one of the worst teams we've ever seen, the Miami Dolphins. Miami is getting 16 points. 16 against the Chargers in Miami. I think that's about 9 points too many. The Chargers never play well on the road. They don't travel well when they go across the country. Well, that's not true. They actually have a better road history lately than at home. But historically, you know what? Stop me right there. Screw historically. Steer the Line says that it's an 8-point difference and they're getting 16. Take Miami. Tennessee, Atlanta, it was a Steer the Line pick. I don't want anything to do with it. We're skipping it. And then in the NFC North division, Minnesota takes on Chicago. Jeremy, preview that game for me. What do you think?
Defensive battle. Again, another couple of teams where the offenses are struggling a bit, but the defenses are really good. Division rivals. I think the Bears eke out a very close win, but like by 2 or 3 points.
All right, so Minnesota opened getting 3 points. It's now down to 2. I would buy a half a point at least and get it to -2.5, or buy a full point and get it to -3. +3, I'm sorry, because I would bet on Minnesota in this game, and so would Steer the Line. Pittsburgh plays Cincinnati. Back in the day, this was
1 minute left.
a matchup, but now, bleh, this is a terrible game, right, Jeremy?
Yeah, it's not going to be any fun. Do something else Monday night.
Low scoring, take the Cincinnati Bungles +4 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I like an outright win by the Saints against Dallas. I like the LA Rams to crush Tampa Bay.
Yes.
Seattle -5 against Arizona. I think they're at least 2 touchdowns better. And our upset pick of the week, Jeremy and I, Detroit to beat Kansas City in Detroit. Nobody's picking that but us.
That's going to happen.
Which means we're insane.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
You got it. There's
SteerTheLine.com.
there's your
SteerTheLine.com.
there's your update on all your fantasy and gambling football picks, which we know that gambling's illegal in California, so we do not encourage that or recommend that. This is all for fun and frivolity on the show. As always, you always got to throw in those disclaimers on that because we want to.
They were right. I think the Rams are going to win.
Yes, the Rams are going to crush them. That's what one thing I did understand from that whole rendition of
That
Lou.
was all I heard.
And yeah, Lou, we don't care about your fantasy football games. We'll be right back with Stephanie's Wacky Stories of the Week right after this. Stay tuned. On
Happy Friday!
Finally Friday.
Okay, we'll go squirrel. And then the warning. Did you read that warning?
No, I haven't.
Ah,
I can guarantee you that'll probably take up a whole segment.
the warning?
Yeah.
You got to read it.
What? You just surprised me.
Right.
Get my instantaneous reaction.
One minute.
When does this even come out?
Next
30 seconds.
Next week.
Here we go. 10 seconds.
Obligation consultation. 855-EVO-MECH.
We're gonna start with that one.
Energy Superheroes at Evolution Mechanical. 855-386-6324.
Why do you have that perplexed look on your
Yeah,
face?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to figure out who are we listening to, Jesse?
You're looking for clues on
I
the
am.
bumper music on that, for coming in on that. We're back on
Finally
Friday.
Friday!
On that, we'll have Jesse Gordon on, Batman from that drives a popular figure 8 car, and tomorrow night is the last night of destruction at Paris Auto Speedway. So all you hillbillies and lovers of crunching metal and crashing cars, and there's going to be a bonus There's going to be a demolition derby after the demo cross, and one lucky fan is going to be selected, and they're going to have a car there ready for you to drive.
You
in the
get to
demolition
drive
derby.
the freaking
Yes.
car.
Yes, you
How cool is that?
That's absolutely.
Don't put me in that because I don't want to win. But that is awesome.
Yes. So you got a chance if you show up out at the Sarasota Speedway. You got a chance
to
to drive in the demolition derby coming up.
They're gonna allow you to drive in the
Yes,
actual
you get
demolition
so
derby.
one
but
lucky.
you do get safety. All the safety gear is provided. I did read that.
Well,
now that we're
yes.
talking about it, I remember that.
Yes. Yeah, all you got to do is show up with your happy, smiling face, and maybe you'll get selected.
Wow. I hope they pick you. Would you drive? Are you driving?
Yes. No.
Mm,
Unless they get picked for the demolition derby
that'd be cool.
deal, that would be fun.
Pick Roy. Can we vote? I think we should all vote.
Oh yeah, that would be. They might do
Scott,
that.
if you're watching,
Yeah, if you're doing that.
I'll pay you. I'll tip you. Something.
Of doing that. As we usually do in the second segment every Friday, we have Stephanie's wacky stories of the week.
Woohoo! Okay, so we're gonna do something a little bit different this week.
What is we going to
Okay.
do?
Well,
different?
speaking of Batman, I don't know if you guys all heard about the new movie coming out, Joker.
The Joker.
So, there has been. Okay, what is that called? The incels? Incel? Which is the meaning for.
You think I would know something about that?
We were talking about it before the show. I thought it was
Well,
funny. You're supposed to segue it in. Because I lost my spot. Anyways, it's for men that are celibate and people that do not have sexual intercourse or have a relationship.
In other words, nobody will blank you.
So there is a group of people. Thank you. That's what I was waiting for. There's a group that I guess are now threatening. There's been a credible threat that they are going to go do some damage during is it a premiere, Jesse?
Yes, I believe the
Are
movie
they
comes out
afraid?
next
Like
week.
last
Are they afraid all these frustrated dudes are going to show up at the movie?
I would be. It happened during the last Batman movie. Well, no.
Is that no?
It
But
happened during the Dark
guy,
Knight Rises.
but the guy had his hair at like Joker, right?
Yeah, he had some issues.
Anyhow, they obtained a credible threat that something will happen. I don't know. Do you think this is true though? I mean, that makes me so nervous. See, I really wish you would have read this because I'm like doing it as we're on the spot right now, kind of.
You sent it
Ish.
in. What do you think?
I know.
As we're doing this, no, it goes back to it. And I was just listening to it about today, and we've commented on before. It probably is because, I mean, there's a nationwide epidemic going on that men and
That's just so scary. I mean,
Yes.
it's just
men
this
and
just
women
freaks me
in their
out.
30s are not having sex, getting married, having kids. Like 1 in 10 are still virgins across the board. And when they do, very few are going on dates. Like half of people under 30 have probably had less than you can count on one hand the amount of any physical contact dates.
See, but they're
or anything
basing
else.
this all off
So-
of a post. The U.S. Army confirmed on Tuesday that a warning was widely distributed after a social media post related to extremists classified as, how do you say it? I don't want to say it wrong. Nixels?
Nixel.
Is that right? That's just
Yes.
as like a
Nixel is,
earliest
yeah.
word.
the-
If we're going to come up with a group name, I mean, let's do something a little bit better. Anyways, it was uncovered by the intelligence officials at the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
So yeah, I would say it probably is just because our society
I think
is
it
going
is
that way.
true. It's
Yes.
It says to always identify 2 escape routes when entering in the theaters. The fact that you got to even put that's just sad. I don't like this story.
Well, we're just in that time of.
I mean, I love giving the warning. So if you
Yeah.
are going to go to the movies and you are going to watch this,
be aware.
That's a
this
good
film.
general warning in that because
I mean, yeah, you should always. but-
always and I do. I mean, I do. No matter what, restaurants, movie theaters, any place in public, when I first scan in or look, I look for where any potential exit points are at. Because if you need to get out or people need you or something happens, there's a fire or something, you need to be able to know. Because you got to figure, let's just even take it a little bit different, public service announcement. let's say there was a fire in a movie theater. You know, it's dark. Voila. That's why you should carry a little pocket or small mag light with you, so you can shine the light and know where the exits are and be a cool head and direct people out when they're, because when most people, or a lot of people, the majority of them, if they're in a situation like that, are going to start panicking, not knowing what to do, getting hysterical. So yeah, it's a good idea to practice that sort of stuff just in this or any instance. It's a great public service warning.
It says a separate memo was issued Monday by senior officials in the U.S. Army Criminal Investigation Division, stated that the Army had obtained credible intelligence from Texas law enforcement officials pertaining to disturbing and very specific chatter on the dark web regarding the targeting of an unknown movie theater during the release. That is scary.
Yes. And who knows? I mean, again,
and
like
I mean,
said,
I appreciate the fact that they're putting this warning out for safety and all that, but I don't know.
in back in the day, or I would say even 10 years ago, I would have said, nah, that's like somebody just running a prank. But as I stated to that, with the socioeconomic changes that are going on, makes you want to pause and think, and yeah, there might be some credibility. I want to get to the ghost story on the next segment. We got 2 minutes left. Get to National Days.
Okay, wow.
On that.
See, why do you...
This is radio. Yes, hurry up. You're supposed to be prepared on the spot. On that September 27th is National Chocolate Milk Day.
Crush a Can Day.
Corned Beef Hash Day. Yes, I love that one.
What's Brave Day?
National Gay Men's HIV/AIDS and Awareness Day. Well, maybe
Scarf
that's
Day.
part of that deal we're talking about with the
tomorrow
Yes.
is National Drink a Beer Day.
Yes.
I'm going to do that tonight and skip a day ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna
Oh,
say.
and National Good Neighbor Day.
Well, there you go. Strawberry Ice Cream Pie Day. Well, that's
National Hunting and Fishing Day.
National Family Health and Fitness USA.
National Ghost Hunting
Well,
Day.
that's a
I
good
didn't
way
even
to
know that.
Segue into the subject we'll tell you about. National Public Lands Day. Save Your Photos Day, the 29th. Take it away.
National Coffee Day.
VFW
And
Day.
National Gold Star Mother's Day. I want a silver
The
star.
30th. National Chewing Gum Day. National Mud Pack Day. National Hot Mud Cider Day.
And
No,
National
Mold Cider.
Love People Day.
There you go.
Let's do something sweet on that day. Do you know how to do that?
I'm the sweetest person in the world.
You
What are
are.
you talking
As
about?
sweet as a clam.
Happier than a clam.
National Black Dog Day is October 1st. I know what it was. I was just... National Homemade Cookie Day.
Ooh,
make
there
us
you
some
go.
Cookies.
Take a big cookie, the whole cookie sheet, when your mom tells you can only have one cookie.
October 2nd is National Name Your Car Day.
Name
Do
your
you
car.
name your cars? Who names your cars? Write in if you name
Oh,
your car,
yes,
because I
I've
do.
had several of them.
National Coffee with
Most
a Cop
of them
Day.
are not pretty.
October 3rd is National Techies Day and National Boyfriend Day. October 4th is National Taco Day. Heck yeah. Mixed with National Vodka Day.
Golf Lovers Day, Vodka Day, National Manufacturer Day, and National Body Language Day. We'll be back to talk about ghosts and some other stuff right after this. Squirrel tugs on Windman's leg. You want to do that? What, any of these other?
No, I thought you wanted to do the ghost one.
Well,
So
yeah,
can you
we-
have that video for the ghost?
We'll leave with the ghost ones, but
Yeah.
watch your timer if you want to get to the other one.
Well, Jesse was supposed to help me on the screening one. Why don't you help me on that one?
Which one?
I totally flopped that one. That was horrible. I wasn't ready, though. I was trying to wing it, but then I'm like, ooh, this is kind of serious to be winging it. I want to wing serious stuff.
We got 1 minute.
I sent you everything.
Nothing but trial by fire.
I know, but then I went down, and then I was reading the thingy, and then I lost my spot. That's usually when you fill me in and save me. You didn't save me on that one.
Well, I just
You let
I
me
hadn't
drown,
opened.
man. You let me
I hadn't
drown.
even opened the email. I told you I hadn't even opened the email yet.
This is National Ghost Day tomorrow.
30 seconds.
Oh, wow.
30 seconds.
Jeez, I'm not even ready.
All right, here we go.
When you need it, even if you don't touch it for years. I trust in Maglite. You should too.
I am so relaxed on this finally Friday.
There you go. I was waiting to see if you're that.
I don't know what's
Jesse
going on.
was getting
I'm trying to
nervous
find
on the deal that you were, we were just going to sit there and stark
That's what
silence.
I thought we were doing.
Well, no, we weren't in stark silence. At least the music was playing, which is that. We're going to come back and cover that since we did almost a whole segment on that last one. But what would you do if you seen a ghost in the hospital?
Okay. I would probably have a heart attack, which would be a good spot to
Yeah,
have
well,
one.
at least, no place better. If you have to have a heart attack, there would probably be no place better to have it than in a hospital.
Exactly. So there's a video from India at a post-graduation institute of medical education that's been circling the web that producer Jesse is going to so kindly play for us, for those watching on IE Newswire or KMET1490.com. And Roy's going to talk about it.
So here's the wheelchair just automatically moving by itself, rolling through this looks like the entrance to the deal. Yeah, now it's going out into the parking lot area on that.
So do you think it's wind? Do you think it could be something pushing it? Do you think it could be something in the chair on its own, moving by itself? What's your thoughts?
AI.
What?
AI. What's AI?
Oh.
Artificial intelligence.
Oh.
Somebody could be remote controlling the wheelchair as
I
it's
didn't think
moving.
of that. Now that National Ghost Day is coming up, which is tomorrow.
Tomorrow
I
is
had
that?
no idea.
So what? Did this
So
go
this kind of-
viral over the internet? Everybody's saying, "Oh, it's a ghost that's moving the chair."
That's the speculation of it, and I kind of think it would be.
So
We're getting in that season. I think they're coming out to play. How do you feel about ghosts, and do you think they exist? Do you think ghosts are among us? I want someone to call in and talk about it with us, because this, like, I'll ask people, what do you want us to talk about, blah, blah, blah. And they'll always say, let's talk about ghosts.
Well,
People are
there's your
into it.
chance. 951-922-3532. Ghost. I've never seen. Obviously, I guess you can't see a ghost. I've never experienced anything. All this where people say, "Oh, stuff's moving around the room," or this strange stuff happens. That is never I've never experienced that. So, I just have an ambivalent attitude against about ghosts. They could exist. They might not exist. I don't know. They don't bother me, so I don't care.
How do you not care? They totally exist. I don't know why you wouldn't think so. Lisa writes in, they do exist, and our loved ones come and visit us every now and then. See, that's a sweet thought.
Well, I have, and I've said that before. I have had, like in my dreams and stuff, I mean, I've had people due to the past that have come back and you dream them. So, I mean, if you could say that is a ghost encounter, but I really don't figure it as that. Who knows? I don't know how all this stuff, this stuff is all way above my pay grade. So I don't know how all it works, and I don't worry about stuff I don't, that I don't know I don't know how it works. If it's out there, it exists, fine. I have no, I guess the best word is not really concerned about it.
Carla writes in, well, something touched my feet about 2 weeks ago, or I was hallucinating after I had 2 wisdom teeth removed. LOL, but something touched me.
I think that might be the drugs they were giving you to pass you out while they're pulling your wisdom teeth.
Theo writes in, ghost spirits, whatever you want to call them, definitely do exist. You got to read this one from Elaine.
That's what you. Well, I want to ask you, what
What?
is?
This one's cute. It's going to be a good one.
No, what have you ever had an encounter with a ghost?
I haven't. Me and my sister, we used to kind of mess around when we were younger. I had a Ouija board. So that was, wasn't like a real Ouija board, but it was like from Barnes & Noble. So I don't know if that counts. But we kind of messed with that. Those I don't really believe in. But I've always felt like something's always been like around. Do you ever get that feeling where something's just with you?
Not really.
No? Jesse, do you ever get that feeling like something's just like with you or watching you or guiding you kind of in a way? One time when my oldest was younger, we had a baby monitor, and then I swear it was like in the middle of the night, and then me and my husband, we were awake, and then you just hear a hello. It was so freaking creepy. I was like freaking out. You gotta read
Really?
this one. Yeah.
Go ahead, read it. I get.
No, I don't want to.
Well, I'm.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay. She said January 2/14. I don't know. January maybe 2nd through the 14th. Husband died in a nursing home. 3 days later, there was a banging on the back door at 5:30 a.m. No one was there. 4 weeks after, I could smell coffee, hear his recliner as though he had gotten up or into it, and I could hear the TV on very low. After checking, it was on. I had knocking at my door the time my brother had died 2 years ago on December 26th. Then I got the call. Had knocking on my mobile home's porch wall in the late evening the moment my friend died last year after visiting her in the rest home earlier the day. Then 30 minutes later, I got a call from her son. She had passed away. Ghosts, paranormal activities, yes, they want us to know about them, and they love us. That is so sweet. I love that. I was trying to do that, not crying. That's sweet.
Well, you got through that. You see.
I know I did. That's awesome, though. And I love that thought of feeling like when you lose someone, they're still there with you.
Like I said, I mean, I've had them come back in,
In your dreams?
Yeah, in your dreams, but I've never had them anything like that particular deal. So I mean, I just, I figured it if it works like that or whatever,
Right.
maybe that's how, who knows how dreams work? I mean,
See, but I've never been visited by anybody that has passed away in a dream, except for my grandma. And that was before I found out I was pregnant with my youngest. And she was in my dream, and she told me that she promised that everything would be okay. Oh, no. And then my friend's mom that had passed away, she came to me in a dream and told me to tell her daughter that she's okay and everything's fine.
so that's two.
I got Jesse on the line for next segment. Jesse's on the line waiting for next segment.
Yes, no, that's what I say. I mean, that's as close as I've ever come to any sort of, as you would call, paranormal activity or something that's strange. But again, how do you explain? How do you know? This has been my thought. How do you know your existence isn't somebody else's dream and all this? You're just in this world. You're in somebody else's dream.
That's
and
a
this
trippy thought.
But to you, because sometimes in a dream, sometimes it feels like you're actually in the situation, or it's real to you
Right.
while you're dreaming it. So my
How
thought,
do you know?
I mean, the way my brain works is, what if the universe is not real? What if you're just living out somebody's dream?
Do you really think someone would be dreaming of you, though?
Who knows?
Just kidding. That's a good thought, though. I like that.
That's why I say I don't worry about stuff that I don't know about or can't
Well, it's not
control
about
anymore.
worrying. It's just wondering and kind of, I don't know.
Too much other fun stuff to do while
There
you're
is,
on.
but it's nice to know that a loved one's with you. I know they do a lot of those like card readings, and we should get someone in here one day to do like a little like, I don't know, like
Yeah,
a
we should get
spiritual
the-
into like another world kind of
we
thing.
should get one of those guys who comes in
And
and,
then they
tells
need
you
to
how
come
they
bless
fake
the
their
hell out
way-
of this place.
How they fake their way through all that stuff.
How they like scam, like the
Yes.
scammers. Do you think people really do that?
Yes.
Because they ask certain questions and kind of
it's-
give the
yeah,
answer.
There's a whole technique to how you see those guys do all that stuff, especially like it's been put out. I mean, they've been documentaries and stuff on, and they've explained how they work and do that stuff. It's actually quite fascinating how the techniques they use to actually get to make it appear like they know what they're doing, or like this is actually happening when they have no idea more than you or I.
I think we should have someone in here.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be neat.
We're coming back with Jesse Gordon, driver of the Batman Figure 8 car, Paris Auto Speedway. Probably the biggest fan favorite, I think, at Night of Destruction, and this is the final night. And plus, you'll get to ride. You'll get to be able to win a ride in a demo derby car after the race. So stay tuned.
All right, Jesse, about a minute and a half, okay? Minute and a half.
I haven't figured out the what. No. I'm like fumbling today. I don't know what my problem is.
It's all acoustic guitar.
Oh, I know. It was all kind of like mellow. Is it like a certain band? Oh.
I'm just trying something different. You know how hard it is? Not hard. It's
1 minute.
8 different songs every day.
Thirty seconds. Be ready, Stephanie.
I'm ready.
Oh, he's so nice.
You know, I wasn't even panicked about you being gone. You should be proud of me.
Yes.
Because I'm so stressed out that I don't know what we're going to talk about. I had no time to worry.
All right, here we go. 10 seconds.
You need it, even if you don't touch it for years. I trust in Maglite. You should too.
I know. Not bad.
Oh, instrumental bumper music Friday. I was wondering if you would catch up on the theme of that or what he was
Oh,
doing.
you guys already talked about this prior?
No, I had no. Did I?
Oh.
No, that's it. We're coming back on
Finally Friday!
And tomorrow night's the final night for
Oh,
the
I'm so
2019
sad.
season of Night of Destruction at Paris Auto Speedway. And along with that, and this is your chance to drive in the Demolition Derby that's going to go on
That's
after
just
the
awesome.
race. Yes, one fan is going to be selected out of the stands to come down and drive in the Demolition Derby. But we have on the line probably the biggest star out there and fan favorite. He drives the Batman figure 8 car out there. All around good guy, Jesse Gordon. Welcome back to the show.
Hey there, it's nice to see you back. How are you doing?
I'm absolutely fantastic. You're on with Roy and Stephanie.
Are you ready for tomorrow?
Yeah, car's pretty much ready to go. You know, it doesn't look as pretty as it did beginning of the season, but, you know, it's part of the racing and part of the Night of Destruction.
Yes, and that's why they call it Night of Destruction, because, practically after every night, I'm sure you got to have many wrinkled body panels after the figure 8 race and the figure 8 trailer race.
Yeah, definitely, you know, has some definite dents and scrapes and cuts and rips and everything, but, you know, as long as mechanically it's working fine, you know, hopefully try and go for the championship this year.
That and I think you're leading in the figure 8 point standings right now, isn't that correct?
Yes, yeah, I'm leading in the points in that figure 8. Basically, I just have to start the main event, and then I'm 3 points behind the leader in the figure 8 trailer. So that was pretty close.
So yeah, you got to step up your game in the trailer race. The trailer race that's even more interesting because you're pulling a trailer behind you. And as long as the trailer is attached to your car, you're still good to go. But if the trailer comes unattached or falls off, you're automatically disqualified. So even though you might have a superior car like you do in most cases, if your trailer comes off, you're dead in the water. So it kind of puts a new twist into that aspect of the show.
Right, yeah, it's definitely entertainment for sure. Definite fans love it. Plus the fact that it's a figure 8 race on top of it makes it entertaining. So, yeah, it's dangerous, but at the same time, it's a lot of fun, and fans love it, and I love it too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's probably why you're not leading the figure 8 trailer race, because I think, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, but at least once or twice you actually lost the trailer on that, so you were disqualified in that race.
Yeah, that did happen. The trailer fell off one of the races, and then a couple of the races I had ended up with a right rear flat tire, and it's tough to it's tough to finish the race when you got a flat. So, but I'm still hanging there in the points, and anything can happen.
And it's a great night to come out there. And I mean, we've been to all
We've
the
been
ones
to-
at Night
yeah.
of Destruction. And I mean, they're drawing the biggest of all the stuff. I mean, every race, they're drawing the biggest crowds. I mean, everybody, the stands
And
are
this
full.
is like the grand finale. I mean,
Yes.
if you haven't been out there, you got to go out.
Yes. So, I mean,
For
you know,
sure.
it's very popular. People enjoy it. You can, and again, like I say, at the end of the deal, they're going to have a big demolition derby, and one lucky fan's going to win a chance
That
to
is
drive
so
it.
awesome. Scott, pick Roy. Please.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
I think that's really neat.
yes, it's a fun time out there for all, and I'm really impressed on that. Because like I said, you're probably the biggest star out there. You seem to have the biggest fan following. What led you to come up with the Batman theme on your car with the big Batman wings on the back of it, kind of shaped like the Batmobile?
Yeah, that was actually my dad's idea, and originally it wasn't even a Batmobile design. It was actually when we made the panels, came out to make it like a shark fin, and then when we painted the car black, it just actually looked more like a Batmobile. And one of the track announcers ran with it, calling it the Batmobile, and I decided to run with that theme. So yeah, and the fans love it, kids love it.
Yeah, my boys, they love it.
They got it. We're showing a picture right now of you in Victory Lane with the trophy standing there, and with the pretty blonde that's holding the trophy with you. Tell us, the audience that hasn't been there, what you did here very recently with that little blonde that's holding the trophy with you.
Yeah, that I had planned definitely to do it at the racetrack for a few months now, but it was trying to coordinate it, and also I didn't want it to be after one of the main events because it's no guarantee what you're going to finish top three. So I had it set up where her mom is a singer of a band, and she really wanted to do the national anthem. So that kind of got everybody out there, my family and her family and herself, out on the front straight. And then I surprised her by asking the big question and asking her to marry me. And of course she said yes, but still nerve-wracking, Still definitely nerve-wracking for sure.
Yes, that would have been really bad if you went to all that trouble
yeah.
with all those people there and she just said no or wavered on you.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been.
That was adorable. I love that moment. That was probably one of my favorite moments that I've had at Paris Auto Speedway. That was really cute.
Yes, it
You
was.
did good on that one.
Yes, you set that one
Yeah,
up
you did.
perfectly. I mean, yeah, if she just said no on that one, you'd have been. I mean,
Why are we going back to her saying no?
Well, I mean, because that would have been very interesting to go through all that condition. I imagine somebody somewhere has went through all that trouble and had the no answer.
We
Man,
gotta find that
Yeah,
person.
that's got to
wanna
be
interview 'em.
absolutely crushing if that actually did.
Yeah, that
happen
was
to you.
crushing, definitely.
Yeah,
Gosh.
but no,
Way
it's,
to keep things positive here.
yes, on that. So yeah, you can come out early if you get there. I think about 5:15. All the drivers are on the front straightaway. You can get autographs.
The kids love going and seeing the cars up close and talking with the drivers. They get so excited.
So that you can talk to. You can actually get a picture with Jesse and his fiance on that, and it's absolutely fun time. Like I say, if you
It
haven't
really
been out
is.
to Night of Destruction, get out there Saturday night, 7:00. See if Jesse can do the double like he did that night when she said yes. He won both the figure 8 and the figure 8 trailer race. Because I imagine you had a little incentive because I'm sure that rock cost you a pretty penny.
You got to win to keep the car going, and also pay for that as well.
There you go. Thanks for being on, Jesse.
Thanks,
You've been a
Jesse.
good sport playing along with us. Good luck Saturday night. Hope you win both championships because if anybody deserves it, you. And especially give a shout out to your dad because he kind of does behind the scenes. And like I said, for a guy to take the particular car you got and make it work on that particular venue takes a lot of talent. So I wanted to give a shout out to him too.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's definitely been always the most supportive father I could ask for. So yeah, definitely shout out to all of them, and thank you guys for having me on.
Of
All right,
course.
we'll see you out there tomorrow night, and everybody come out. Paris Auto Speedway, not only a big night of destruction, demo cross, double deckers, mini stocks, figure eight trailer race, but after the big crescendo afterwards, the big demolition derby, and one lucky fan is going to get an opportunity to drive in that demolition derby. After that, going to be selected out of the stands. They'll provide everything to you. You just got to hop in the car and let it fly. We'll be back right after this. We're down to the last segment on a
Friday. Gates open at 5:30. Jeff said good segment.
Thanks, Jesse. Take care.
I think he's talking, yeah.
Yeah, the other Jesse.
Yeah, the other Jesse. The
other
Batman
Jesse?
Jesse, not producer
Oh.
Jesse. We got too many Jessies going on here.
Yeah, we do.
All of a sudden.
Jesse probably first thought was, what the heck's going on? Oh, you...
I was like,
What?
what? Well, I thought he was saying thank you because you got the bumper music going louder. We're off today. Something's wrong with this Friday. That was a good segment, though. The first one. What the hell was going on with me?
We all asked that question.
Damn.
You set yourself up for
I
that
totally
one.
did. That's right. Because I sit next to you
I
too
mean,
much.
throw a softball right down the middle of the
I'm
plate.
about to throw a
slow.
hard ball at your head. What? Did I say that out loud? Shoot.
30
Well,
seconds.
that's what keeps me as goofy as I am.
Yeah. Happy little lad, aren't you?
Happier than a clam.
Clams are happy. Now what are we talking about, Brain?
Who knows? We got 30 seconds to figure it out.
You got 10 seconds to figure it out.
10 seconds to figure it out. I got
we
nothing.
do every day.
EEOMECH. That's your energy superheroes at Evolution Mechanical. 855-386-6324.
Welcome back on
Finally
Friday.
On that with the big instrumental,
We were rocking
We're
out. I got distracted.
yes, on that.
That was fun.
You said one that kind of intrigued me on that.
Uh-oh.
Is there a video to the squirrel that tugs on a woman's leg?
There's
to
no video to
lead
the
her
squirrel.
Injured baby. What's the story on that?
I don't know. You got to click on it because I put my notebook away.
see- did you even
I told
read
you
the
I
story,
wasn't
or
prepared
did you
today.
just read?
Yes, a Virginia lady. She was on a little walking trail, and a squirrel stopped her in her path and pulled on her leg, and then the squirrel then guided her to the squirrel's baby, who was injured. How cool is that?
There, producer Jesse has the picture of that.
Squirrel tugs on a woman's leg and led her to an injured baby, but the injured baby was the baby squirrel.
Now this leads me into
Okay.
something. This is
Uh-uh.
one thing I do. I think in a lot of times animals are more. Maybe intelligence is the wrong word, but maybe more perceptive.
No, I think you're right. I think animals are a lot more intelligent than what we give them credit for.
I think more maybe the better word is, as I'm thinking about it, is more perceptive, I think, than we think they are. Sometimes they there's been, countless. You read these stories almost every day where an animal does this, or a dog starts barking because there's danger or something, or
Right.
picks
Or
up
like before an earthquake or something.
picks up a kid by the shirt and guides them
Or
out
the
of a
crazy
fire.
cats that attack the man trying to break into the house.
There
I've seen
you
a couple
go.
of
Yes,
those. What's up with the snake videos though when they go over the Ring doorbell
yes,
trying to break in? Anyway.
I do think in a lot of cases animals are much more perceptive than we realize, and they may not have the ability to talk or think or to do that, but I think they do have much more sense of their surroundings than we really give them credit for. Because it isn't like, you could see, okay, a family pet, the family dog or the family cats or something that are around, they kind of, get a groove or what's going on. But this squirrel would, a wild squirrel out in the middle of nowhere would have no absolutely idea of what was going on, and he
Right.
just runs up there and tugs on the mom's leg and say, "Hey, your kid is there's trouble over here." So
Well,
again,
the squirrel was leading her to the squirrel's baby,
right,
not her baby.
or that's what I mean to that part. So
And
I
I
mean,
guess there was some cats that were gonna attack her soon.
I will tell
But
you
the
this-
police showed
oh,
up, and a friend showed up to help get rid of the cat. And then
I will tell you
they got
a
him back in
story.
the tree.
I will
so.
tell you a story about this. Up on top of the old cement plant up here, there's ravens that have, there's about 3 or 4 ravens up there that, have a nest, have babies. Well, one of them fell out of the, and it's about 70, 80 foot up, I don't know, fell out of the nest up there and fell down and injured its wings. It had one of its wings that was injured, so it basically couldn't fly.
Aw.
So it was walking. It was
Sad.
out here running around in the yard. So I'm kind of chasing it, and it's kind of moving away from me. And it's walking right to the front gate. And I looked at it and I said, "If you walk out in that street, you're going to be a dead bird." And the bird stopped, and I walked over, and didn't walk over real slow, but I just picked her up and brought her back in, and she didn't. Once I said that, she didn't panic when I picked her up. She didn't,
Yeah.
like wild animals are tend to get all. She was just calm as could be, and brought her in here, and just kind of let her out. But this raven, I swear, we had to finally build her a cage, because you would be working out, and I mean, she just loved. You would set a wrench down,
Oh yeah, you were telling me
and
about
that bird would have it as soon as you turned your head. That bird would have it and try and walk. And she couldn't fly very far, so I mean, it wasn't like she was flying off and take. But I mean, you're frustrated every time. But she loved tools, and
I wonder why.
yeah, I don't know. I guess it was the shiny color of them. But I mean, she would just sit there and watch you work. She would watch you work all day. So if you walked away to go get something else or talk to somebody, answer the phone, I mean, she knew if you turned your head or walked away for like 10 or 15 seconds, it was boom, grab that tool, and off she would try and fly. I mean, she could kind of fly a little bit, like maybe get about 10 or 15 feet up. And she would like hop to different stuff around here and try to get up, and then, but she just never could. Her wing was just broken so bad, the right wing, that she never could. She could just go, she'd try, and then just back down. But they're much more perceptive. I think animals, for some reason, they have a perception, and they pick up much more things than we really realize.
I agree with you. I mean, but do you think that you can just maybe talk to animals?
I think they understand more.
You think that bird? Okay, so when you told that bird, "Don't go in that street," do you think that he understood your tone of voice and
think
how
from
you
the
felt?
point-
Like
Yes.
it felt it more than
I
like
think
obviously
for some-
understood.
maybe it didn't understand. I mean, I don't think it understood on a language like I would be talking to
Yeah,
you
I
or
know, I
a
was
kid
being
or something and
sarcastic.
saying, "Hey, this is what's going up." But it got the perception, or something triggered it that said, "Hey, stop, don't do this. That he's not a threat." Because like you say, I talked to the bird I wasn't yelling. I just talked to a very calm voice. Said, if you walk out in that street, you're going to be a dead bird. And like I say, at that moment, the bird, he just stopped right there at the gate, didn't move. And like I say, it took me I didn't move real fast. Probably took me 30 seconds or a minute. I just kind of walked, because I was probably about 10 feet away. So I just walked closer, and I said, "Everything's going to be okay. Just don't move. Don't panic." And like I say, when I picked her up, she didn't panic. She didn't struggle. She didn't try to get away or nothing. And and I mean, even with do you find like with the pets and dogs you've had over the years, do you think they have like a sense? Again, I don't think they understand exactly what you're saying, but they have they have more of a sense of a lot of times of what you're saying and communicating.
I agree with you. I think some are just kind of like, I mean, they're kind of like humans. They're just kind of what? But I think there are a lot of smart animals that can pick up the feelings.
Oh, they're definitely, yes.
you know,
There
But
are
I think
definitely
that
ones
just
that
like
are
humans,
much more
they're
smarter, yes.
some are smarter, some lack in other things, and some are nice, some aren't.
I have to say, I mean, every world's dumbest animal seems to find me. I get, because I find, I don't know, maybe it's a guy thing or something, but a lot of guys, every one of their, whatever their pets are, got to be the smartest or this or biggest, baddest, da 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 da. But I mean, I always counter that and say, well, it seems like the world's dumbest animal finds their way to me on that. Kurt Volker resigns as Ukraine envoy to mention the whistleblower complaint report. Oh, that's all we need to do is stir that whole thing up again.
I was just letting you know.
Yes. Remember, you are the one that gave me the headline. You're usually
You're
hollering at-
welcome.
you're
It
usually
popped up on
hollering
my
at me about
phone,
talking
and there's
about-
only 30 seconds left, so I figured why not. Anyways,
Oh, I'm sure that'll be a big deal coming out on the news over the weekend for say that. But go out to one thing, and if you haven't been out to Paris Auto Speedway Night of Destruction, Saturday night, gates open 5 o'clock, racing starts at 7. You'll get a chance to win a ride in the Demolition Derby. We'll be out there. Hope to see all their big crowd on that. So as the music says, usually, we're gone.